like.
Good evening.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Attempting to fix my chair.
Oh, well, hopefully it works out.
There we go. One of like the little wheels broke loose. You know, never a dull day.
Right.
All right. So, how are you doing tonight? All right, we'll give everybody a couple more minutes just to kind of get on and get sorted.
Hi, Tinley. This is Monique. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now. Have you been talking to me?
No, I have not. I was on mute.
Oh,
I was
okay.
trying to, like you said, get myself sorted here.
No worries.
This is my first time on
Well,
this call with
welcome.
you. I know. Do we need to have our cameras on, or are we okay to just?
It's always easier for me if you have your cameras on, because then I feel like I'm actually talking to somebody, not just at people. But
Okay.
that's literally just for me. I'll have my camera on in just a minute. Yeah. All right. So Monique, are you getting your license, or why are you joining us tonight? Not that it's a problem.
No, I am.
Look at you go.
All right. So I've started my different, what is it called? Different units here. And I've gotten through, I'm on my third one right now. Tonight I should complete that one. And then, yeah, so rocking and rolling, getting ready to get this thing done. Yeah.
Good. Cool. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started because there's enough of you on here. Tonight, we're going to talk about math, which who doesn't love math? But unfortunately, it's something that we all need. So we're going to try something out tonight a little different. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I did find a whiteboard app. And so with my little stylus here, we're going to try it. Like I said, I've never done this before, so bear with me. If it's terrible, then we don't have to do it again. But, okay, we're going to try it. So, does somebody feel like they're kind of a math genius in here? Oh, don't all volunteer at once. Okay.
Oh my goodness. No, me, no.
Yeah, no, me either. My brother-in-law helped me through math in high school. That's actually how I met my husband, was through math.
I rely on Shane for that.
Honey, what's 20% of this? He's like, really 20%? Like, well, it just
Totally
hurts my head. It just hurts my head.
Oh my gosh, yes. When he taught me how to do it a quick way, I was like, oh my gosh, you've changed my whole life. And that was like adulthood.
Right. All of a sudden my husband's like, yeah, tell me this isn't hard. You know how to do this. You're just making it complicated. Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to do a couple different things. We're going to start with some of the basics. Do you guys feel comfortable just finding the area of solve for the area of a measurement? Like find the area of the lot.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah, if it's like a square or a rectangle, it's easy.
Yeah.
perfect. Okay,
The
and
triangles and whatever.
perfect. I kind of assumed, but I don't want to assume. So if not, just speak up and say so. I don't want to cover something that somebody doesn't know. Or excuse me, I don't want to cover something that everybody's like, oh, we're good. Move on, lady. So how do you guys go from, okay, how many square inches are in a foot? Do you guys know? Square inches into a square foot.
144.
Yep. So if you didn't know, if that just wasn't something that you knew right away, what could you do in place so that you could figure that out?
12 by 12.
Yep, exactly. What about a square yard? How many square inches in one square yard? This one's a little bit trickier. You guys know how to figure it out?
So
Okay.
36, right?
So how many feet are in 1 yard?
3.
Okay, this is kind of working. Sorry, bear with me. Yes, so 3 feet in a yard. And how many, and then we already know 12 inches to 1 foot. So what do we need to find out then to get 1 square yard?
36 times 36.
Where are you getting 36?
Inches.
So it's actually
Or
going to
you mean
be,
feet? Or did you ask how many feet?
what?
Did you ask how many feet in a square yard?
How many square inches in 1 square yard?
Inches.
Yep, sorry. Square inches to 1 square yard.
So it'd be 12 times 3, right?
Let me see how, I want to make sure that I'm doing it the way that they're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so the answer would be 120 or 1,296 square inches. So it would be essentially you need 3 square feet, right? So a square foot
Right.
is 144. So 144 multiplied by 3.
Or you could do 36 times 36 because that's how many inches there are. That's the same number.
You might blow my brain here in a second. Yeah, that'll work too. Good job. There we go.
Okay, so just to go through this one more time, we're doing 144 times 3 feet equals 1 yard, right?
1 square yard. Yeah.
1 square yard. Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
writing this down because I want to make sure I have to process out loud. So thanks.
Totally. Absolutely. No, that's great. Okay. How many acres is in 1 section? There's no trick. You just have to memorize this one.
Yeah, I just reviewed that and I don't remember it.
Does it? Agni, Abigail, do you guys remember?
I don't remember.
That's okay. 640 acres. What else is 640 acres? One square mile. So one section is 1 square mile. That's going to help you guys get all the way through your test. Now, here's the last important one. In 1 acre, how many square feet are in an acre? And unfortunately, there's no real good trick.
4, 35, 60. Is that the one?
Yes, 435/60.
My favorite is the one for old ladies driving 35 and a 60. That helps me.
That's good. I like that.
I've never heard that. That's good. That's good. I just had to sit there and memorize it. Literally, I had a
Yeah,
note
I
card
heard
and
that
a
somewhere. I
Post-it.
was like, oh yeah, that's very helpful.
I like that. Okay.
Say it one more time. For ladies driving on 35 going 60.
For old ladies driving 35 and a 60.
Love it.
I like that a lot. Okay. So now I'm going to erase this all. Area of a triangle. Do we know how to do that?
Yeah, we take like half of the bottom line and the whole top line, whatever they're called.
I want to know how you learned math, because you get to the right stuff, but it's always just slightly different than what I typically hear. But yes, that would work too. I like that. So what they tell us here is you take, so here's your, whoopsies. Here's your triangle, right? And here is 200 feet. And here's your 400 feet. So what they tell us to do is take the 200 multiplied by the 400 and then divide that whole thing by 2, which Agni, your way works just fine too.
Yeah, I took CE shop. I don't know. That's what it told us.
Hey, that's perfect. If it gets you to the right answer, then the path doesn't matter, as long as it's consistently to the right answer. So good. If it works for you, whatever works and whatever you remember, I like. Okay. What about, we're not going to deal with volume because you've never in my career as a real estate agent have I needed volume of a room. We're just not going to deal with that. Okay. So let's talk about some stuff that we care about. How do we deal with commissions? That's what everybody cares about, right? How do we get paid?
You mean seller versus buyer?
Yep. So what determines our paycheck? If we're on the buying side, let's keep it simple. We won't go into the details of selling side. We're on the buyer side. Who dictates our paycheck?
The seller.
Yep. The seller gives us our commission. What is a typical commission for those of you that are already in real estate or have been around?
2.5.
6%?
Ours is
Oh.
2.4.
So sadly, or excuse me,
2.5.
that's no, the 2.5 shocked me, so it actually distracted me. No, an industry.
Sorry about that.
No, no, not that. The 2.5. It's actually 2.7 is right now the average. However, there's a lot more people that are doing 2.5 or less than the 2.7. Typically what we actually do is in our buyer contracts, we have our buyers sign that they will pay us, that they're obligated to pay us 2.7 of whatever they buy. And then anything that the seller contributes goes towards paying off their obligation. Okay, so buyer's obligated to 2.7 for us, right? So he's got this here. Okay. Let's say the seller then says, I'll only pay you 2%, keeping it easy. So seller is giving us this. Okay. Simple math. The buyer then would owe us the 0.7, correct? Okay. So we're going to figure out right now how we figure out what we're going to be getting paid, how much, because we should know that as we are going through these deals and answering their questions at 2 a.m. We need to know, is this actually worth it? Okay, so pick a price. Pick a price of a house. Doesn't have to be easy. Just pick one.
400,000.
Okay. Nice house. Actually, do you guys know what the average home is right now in the state of Minnesota? It is just under $350,000. So it's creeping up there, which good for us, but that's a bummer. So we are on the buyer side. Again, we're not going to go into seller side yet, but buyer side, we'll keep it easy and say we're getting 2.7%. Okay. We are owed 2.7%. What's my first step? What should I do? Do you guys want to see me do it first and then you guys can?
I guess I'm wondering, you're just trying to figure out what your commissions are.
Mhm.
So, okay, so you just multiply 0.0 or whatever, yeah, what is it? The percentage towards 400,000. So 0.027. Yeah.
So here's a trick for you guys. If you have trouble with switching percentages into decimals, because there's no percentage on a calculator. Not unless you have one of those really super fancy ones, which I lost years ago. I'm sure my parents are really proud of me. Percentage, you just move the decimal point 2 spots to the left. Okay, so it's 0.027. Multiply that. Okay. So who has their calculator out?
It's 10,800.
Perfect. Here's your commission check. It's a pretty nice commission, right? So does everybody feel comfortable doing this?
I think so.
Okay, so we're gonna try it. I'm gonna give you a price of a house. You're gonna be on the seller side now, and we're gonna see if you guys can figure it out. It's not that much more complicated. The final number that we want is what you, as the selling agent, is walking away with. Okay. So the house is selling for $417,500. Okay, that's the sale price. Then you're paying 2.7 to the buyer's agent. And you're going to walk away with 3.3%. Okay. And save your math because I'm going to ask you follow-up questions. Let me know when you guys are done.
Did you say we're just finding the seller agent commission?
Yep. What you're
Oh.
walking away with for now.
Okay.
So like I said, let me know when you guys are done.
I think I'm done.
Okay. What did you guys come up with?
Well, so the seller would get 13,777.5.
Bingo. Now, let's say it was a referral. And the referring agent gets 25%. So first question is, where does that 25% come out of? Does it come out of the total? Do they get 25% of the purchase price?
I would guess it would come out of the seller commission.
Exactly. So what does that equal then?
344.4.
Perfect. There you go. We just figured out exactly what you're giving away for that free client. Free. Perfect.
3,000, not 300. Right? You said 25%?
Oh yeah, you're right.
3,400? Yeah.
Yeah, 344. Sorry. Yes. Good catch. Okay. So, do you guys have any math questions that we can answer right away? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going through this little math section that we've got here.
Not so far. I think Agni kind of, 6% is like the average for like, right, like total. So if you divide that up or
Right,
split
right.
that up, it's 2.7, 3.3.
Yeah.
And then for Shade and I don't know. I mean, this is kind of technical, getting into the nitty gritty, but when you write
Yeah.
the purchasing agreement for the buyer, right, the buy side, if the
Yep.
seller is saying, oh, we're only going to do 2.5, doesn't the buyer needs to come up with 0.2%, like the rest of those funds, right?
Correct. Yep.
How do you do that on the final, like does title figure that out, help you figure that out? Is there like a separate form?
Yeah.
I
So
guess Shane does that part, so I don't know all of that little,
yeah.
detail.
So for the rest of you that aren't quite plugged in yet, feel free to just, plug your ears and ignore this. I don't want to bog it down, but
Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. So there's actually a buyer commission disclosure. Okay. And so on there, it will say what the seller is giving you, what the buyer owes. So typically it's our BAC, which is the $499. And then on there, if they let's say, oh, the rest of the the 0.2% or 5 or whatever, right? Whatever it is, it would go in there. There's another little slot for it. Then the buyer has to sign off on it. So they know what's going on. Then that gets sent over to title. What then happens is title should send you a commission breakdown before it gets sent out to the client. And then you need to just be on top of it and know, ding, 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 reminder, they're also, you're getting this from here and this from this person. It also doesn't hurt to just send title a quick note saying, hey, by the way, they're going to be making up the difference between the 2.7. Now, with that being said, I will say that more often than not, if the commission is 2.5 from the seller, all I'm saying is, listen, this is my little spiel to the buyers. Listen, according to the contract, it says that you are obligated to owe me 2.7. They're only offering 2.5. I'll cut you a deal. You bring me 2 names at the closing table and we'll call it good. Well, I would much rather have 2 solid referrals from my client and 2 potential transactions at, let's say, 10 grand a piece, then the $600 that might just piss my client off, right? Like, now with that being said, there are some clients that you're like, I don't ever want to talk to them again. I don't want their referrals. Give me my money. Okay, so let's common sense. Okay, so there's that, you guys. So now you've learned way more about this than anything, but we're gonna move on. Talk to me about what you guys know about that. Oh, I didn't get to my page that I wanted. What's a point? When a lender talks about points, oh, they paid a point or they paid half a point. What's a point?
1%.
There you go. We just figured out not much more complicated percents, but we just figured out more complicated percents than 1%. So I figure you guys can do that. Or do you want me to show you? We're good? We're good. Okay. Anybody have any math things that they want done first? I always hear people have issues with math. I want to make sure that we get over those first. Okay. Prorations. What does it mean if I'm prorating something?
Like the calendar days or days.
Exactly. That is exactly what it is. So let's say they have HOA fees and the buyer and seller decided that they're going to prorate to the day they move in. Are they doing business days or calendar days?
Well, I guess that would have to be agreed upon, or is that some sort of a rule?
It's already dictated.
So it's calendar days, maybe?
Yep. Always assume calendar days unless specified that it's a business day. So, for instance, stuff with title is business days. So when you're prorating HOA fees, taxes, it's all calendar days. So you have a month, 31 days. Okay. And the HOA fee is $375. What the heck? $375 HOA. Okay. 31 days in the month. We close on day 17. So closing is the 17th. Who owes what?
So if you have 31 days.
Yep.
Right? So you want to take, your closing is on the 17th. So you take 31 minus 17, right?
You can do it that way too.
And then you times it by 3, or you have to figure out, what is it daily? So if you take 375 divided by 31, then you take the $12 or whatever it was. I can't remember what I put, but then you take that 12 or whatever it is times however many days are left.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, I just got something in my, let's do the math. 375. So this is the way that I was taught. Again, there's different ways to skin a cat. I can't believe I just said that phrase. I hate that phrase, but just did. 375 divided by 31. So $12 a day. Exactly what you said, multiplied by 17. Okay.
So you do it for the closing day as well. It doesn't go to the day before.
So what I do is I always include the closing day if I'm the seller. I always include the closing day if I'm the buyer. So I will always err on the side of them paying one more day because title will actually figure it all out. Specifically, you want to make always give them a higher dollar amount because then when it's less, they are happy.
Right.
Instead of calling you going, hey, you told me it was going to be $100 cheaper.
Okay.
Yep.
Will they ask this question on the test too? Okay, so we'll add the closing day when you're doing the test question. Or...
That one. So all of the questions will have multiple choice. You will be able to pick and yeah, it'll be very easy. It's not, they shouldn't, or at least I don't think they give you, it's not $10, $11, $12, and $13. It'll be 8, 10, 30, and 75 something. Typically they yeah.
Tests, they specify, like they just say, seller paying the closing or buyer paying the closing. They usually specify.
They do specify on the test?
Yeah, that's the ones that I've seen so far.
Oh, good. Good. When I don't remember when I took mine. So I appreciate when people who have taken the test recently pipe up. Thank you. Okay. So we understand prorations. Rent, very similar, right? Take the rent for the month divided by the number of days. How many days are you there? Okay. We are going to do some math practice problems. So, are you guys ready? I don't know if you'll need to write anything down or not, but I will repeat the questions as well, and they are all multiple choice. The value of a property is $91,000 today. What was the original cost of the property, or what was the original cost if the property has lost 35% of its value over the past 7 years? And let me know when you guys want the multiple choice answers.
What are the numbers again? 91 and then 37.
$91,000 today. 35% lost value over the last 7 years.
Okay. Okay, I'm done.
You said you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. For some reason, whenever somebody starts to talk right after they unmute themselves, half the word disappears. So it's not that I'm not trying to listen.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. That's just why I keep
I'll speak
repeating
slower.
going, huh? Huh? Okay. All right. So it's multiple choice. Like I said, we've got A, $67,407.41. Could it be that one?
No, because the value decreased, you said, right?
Right. So what kind of number are we looking for?
Higher.
Is it going to be higher than 91,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so we know it's not that. B, $95,789.47.
No.
C, $122,888.47. $850.
Yes.
Or D, $140,000.
I say C.
C. Who else has a guess?
I didn't do my math right. I'll default to you guys.
That's okay. That's okay. So it's actually D. It's $140,000. So what you do is you're going to take the original cost. We're just going to call it X, which is going to be multiplied. Oh, okay. I'm not loving the whole like computer whiteboard thing, by the way. I want to, but okay. So they have it set up this way. The original cost minus the 35% depreciation, which equals 65% today. So their little trick in this book is you take the 91,000 over X multiplied by 65%.
Oh, now I remember those are the ones that trip me up all the time. I forgot that you have to go from the other value, which you don't know, which is an X. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So it would be 91,000 divided by 65%. And that's how you get to the 140,000.
That's way easier than what I was doing.
Yeah, that's helpful to kind of think that way because I could never figure out like what the formula is for this.
So actually, hold on. If that is, I know where to find this formula and I can actually give it to you guys. Nope, not that one. Hold on. Ah. In comparison, no. Okay. They've got a few different ones. What I can actually do, I wish I had like one of those like little things. I'm gonna try and scan this in because this is I found this in one of my books and it's really awesome. I'm gonna try and scan it and I'll put it in the Facebook group. But they've got some pretty good. Here, this is what I'll do right now. This is formula. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So if you want, what I can do is I can, like I said, I can take a picture of it and either text it to you guys or put it in the Facebook group. I will tell you, since being a real estate agent in these classes is the only time I've needed it. So just get through the test and then you're golden. Okay. Are we ready for one more? One more?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys look like sound like you're really ready for one more too. Okay. All right. What was the price per front foot for 100 foot by 125 foot lot that's sold for 125,000. Let me know if you guys need me to read that again to you. And let me know when you're ready for the answers as well.
I'm ready, but now I don't trust myself anymore.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's why we're doing this. Okay. What was the price per front foot for 100 feet by 125 feet lot that sold for $125,000? A, $1,250. B, $1,000. C, $556. Or D, $10.
I say D.
So how many front feet are there of this lot?
100.
Yep. So how do you get, so what do you need to do to figure out how the price per front foot?
You take how many total feet, square feet, divide the price by the square feet.
We're just finding front feet. So just 100. So it's literally just the price divided by the front feet, which is 100. Yep. That's it. So the
So how do
answer is A.
1250, right?
Yep. Is that what you're gonna ask?
Will you do that one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. I will even write down so that you guys can see it. So you've got this lot here. Dang it. Not to scale, right? So here you've got 125 feet. And here you've got 100. This whole lot cost 125,000. Okay. Right? Yes. Okay. So all you need to do is figure out how much those 100 feet, not square feet, not anything fancy, just that right there. How much did that cost? That curb. Think of it as a curb. How much did that stupid little curb right there cost? So all you need to do is 125,000 divided by 100.
Oh, I thought you said the answer was 50, and that's why I was like, no, I missed something. Okay.
Oh no, 1250. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep. So here's a trick. Just because I hate arithmetic, basic arithmetic. If you're dividing by hundreds or 200s, cross out zeros. So if there's 2 zeros that you're dividing by, take them all out.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Any questions? We've got about 15 minutes here left. I want to make sure that if something popped up or if you guys thought something, doesn't even have to be math related. It can be anything.
So why does this front foot price even matter? What is that we're due?
You might have to charge a premium one day.
Oh, specifically on the front foot, like if it's a commercial
Yeah,
lot.
so like listings, charging a premium, or somebody has a easement and they're using, let's say 35 feet of the 100 feet, front feet. And so now you need to know how much extra to charge them because they're taking away front feet because there's almost always a premium on front footage.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Next one. If the bank makes 90% loan on a house valued at $88,500, how much additional cash is required as down payment if the buyer has already paid $4,500 in earnest money?
Can you do that one more time?
Absolutely. If the bank makes 90% loan, makes a 90% loan on a house valued at $88,500, how much additional cash is required at a down payment, as a down payment, if the buyer has already paid $4,500 in earnest money? Let me know if you want to walk through it together.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Do you guys want to walk through it together? Or do you guys think you've got it?
I think I've got it, but I'm happy to walk through it together.
Okay. What did you get for an answer?
Would it be 4,350?
Yeah, exactly. How'd you get there?
So if the bank loan is 90%,
Yep.
then I know the down payment needs to be 10%.
Bingo.
So then I take 10% of 88,500,
Mhm.
which is 8,850. And I know they already did 4,500 for their earnest money or whatever it is. So
Yep.
then I just minus 8,850, with the earnest money that they already gave. Yeah.
Perfect.
And then I have the remainder.
That's exactly it. Super easy. Okay. You guys want to do one more?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Ooh, okay. Another original cost one. This will be good. Going back to the first one we did. What did the sellers pay for their home if they sold it for $298,672, which gave them a 12% profit over their original cost? Round your answer to the nearest cent. Let me know when you have a guess or are ready for the answers. Okay, I'm gonna go through the answers real fast. All right, A, 243,671 and 43 cents. B, 266,671 and 43 cents. C, 312,512.64 or 334, 512.64. So, because I want to teach you guys how to be able to be excellent test takers too, not just real estate gurus, because we know that they sold their house for $298 and that $298 gave them a profit, what can we do with the answers as we read through them? Am I looking for a number higher or lower than 298?
Well, a profit means they have more than, right?
Right.
So,
So are we looking, go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so are we looking for a number lower or higher than 298?
Well, what's the question asking again? Like, what was their profit?
Or
what was the original?
The original cost after they made a 12% profit.
The cost after they made the 12. So you want to add,
So they
you want more
bought
than.
it at X,
Yep.
made 12%, and they sold it at 298.
They bought it at X, made 12%, sold it to 9. So you want a number less than.
Correct. So we know that it's not 312 or 334.
Right.
Yep. So we can just right away cross those off.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we weren't good at math. 12%. Do you think that that's closer to $50,000 or like $40,000?
$40,000.
So we could probably safely guess B, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I had 35,840, 60, basically.
Say that again. I just
Well,
didn't catch the numbers.
Oh, sorry. So their profit was about 35,000 or 36,000 because I multiplied. So I took 298,672 times 0.12, the 12%, and came out to 262,831.36.
Okay.
Did I do that wrong?
That's what I got too.
262, you said?
262,831.36 or
Okay.
0.4 was ended up being my total.
So there's an even easier way to do it.
Okay.
Because the number itself was wrong, but you got so close that if you were taking the test, you'd get the answer right.
I'd be close enough to know what the answer.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, it's not 262, it's 266. Got it. So you take the sales price. So you got your, oh my gosh, your original price again, right? Plus 12% profit equals our sales price of 112%. Or what was our original? 298,672. So what do I need to do? It's super simple. You take this number,
Divide it, right? Mhm.
and divide it
Mhm.
by 112%. Yep. That's it. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Does this make sense to people?
Well, it does now.
Good. That's why I'm here. I want to make it easier for you, not confuse it. Okay. We've got about 5 minutes left. We can either do one more or you guys can ask me any questions you have.
So has anybody on the call taken the test and seen like different math problems that they think that like Tinley's reviewing that, they feel like, oh, you should probably know this one for sure. Any extra ones that we should? Not that I want a cheat sheet, but I'm just thinking, man, I'll get stuff all this. Yeah.
I haven't taken it, so I don't know. But I'd like
I
to
took
know.
all the tests, but now I can't even think that there was much math. Actually, there is not really all that much math.
So I will tell you that the test is scrambled. So some people don't have hardly any math.
Ugh.
I got stuck and I felt like half of my test was math.
That's awful.
Yeah, it
That's
wasn't fun.
awful news.
Now with that being said, I think that I think it's a slight exaggeration, but also I think I just had dumb luck. So it's kind of a scramble. The important part is to be able to figure stuff out a little bit and then use those test taking skills, right? Like, we're looking for a number lower than that. So just right away, cross off the ones that are higher.
Okay.
Because even then, it's a 50-50 shot. That's better than 25%, right? So start there and then do some rough math. I mean, if anything, plug in numbers. If you know how to get roughly close. Oh, okay. The original, for instance, original price, let's say. Okay, they want the original price and we know it went up 12%. Start plugging in numbers. Okay, let's say the original price was 200. And then what's 12% of that? That gets me to, that's not an option. Okay, 300,000. Oh, that's way too high. Okay, now I know it's more like, okay, let's try 216 or 215. Oh, okay, that's getting close. It's literally a math that is an option. It's called guess and check. It's okay to do a guess and check.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, concerns, anything? It doesn't even have to be math related. I want to make myself available.
No, I think I just have to like remember the formulas. I just like forget them. They make sense when you do them. I just can't remember them.
Practice.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested, I'm going to, January kind of slipped away from me. February, let's try and do a practice exam at the office again. I'm going to try and do that. And what we will do is we will have a national chunk, we will have a state chunk, and then we will even have a math chunk. So come with water and snacks because you're going to have about an hour and a half to do the test. And then we're going to go over it afterwards.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. We did it November, December, and people really liked it. But the new year just kind of ran away from everybody, including me. I'm still writing 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So
I am just starting, like, I know you're probably recording this, sorry, but
that's okay.
I'm as a newbie here, just kind of starting off and getting my my feet wet. I'm doing all the unit stuff and then I'm doing all the quizzes afterwards, right? How quick, so you do like the reading and then you do the little tiny quizzes that they have and then you pass a unit.
With Kaplan? Kaplan? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Yep. That was all I was gonna ask. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's just the online Kaplan stuff. Mm-hmm. How quickly afterwards did you take your test? Because I'm wondering, like, if I can plow through some of this, I'd like to take my test and just because my brain, I don't know if I can remember all this stuff.
So I personally took my test after course 1. I would not recommend that. I would recommend doing it about halfway through course 2. If not, take it right after course 2.
Okay.
But get through course 1, maybe the first half of course 2. Because now there is some information on the test that you will probably need in course 2. Things have gotten a little restructured.
Okay. That's helpful to know because I'm like, oh man. Okay.
Yep.
Are you
But yeah,
asking,
take
like,
it
about-
definitely before course 3. Just get it over and done with.
Yeah. Okay.
the state and the national, you asking? Not like the each unit one?
Yeah, the state and the national. Because I'm doing all the units, right? So I'm getting the
Right.
I'm trying to like expedite those as fast as I can because
Yeah, but you have to take a test after each unit.
yeah.
Yep, the proctored exam. Yep. Yeah, so you do have to pass the proctored exam course 1 before you can take any licensure exams.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And when you go to take your licensure exams, this goes for you too, Abigail, for everybody in the study group. Let me know. We can get together for about an hour or so beforehand, like the week or 2 leading up. I'm a pretty good judge, knock on wood, whether somebody is ready to take their course, whether they're ready to take their exam or not.
You'll just kind of like quit. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
we go through one-on-one. I sit there with you. We can do it in on Zoom. It's easier in person, but that's just because then we can sort quickly. And I have told people before that, hey, I would extend it. I would give yourself another week. But knock on wood, after me, everybody passes. Now,
Yep.
no pressure or anything, but there we go.
I will definitely be doing that.
Good.
Yeah. I'll take all the help I can get.
Perfect. All right, you guys, it is 7:32. If you have questions, stay. I'm happy to stay and help out. Otherwise, you guys are free to go, and I will see you next week. Next week, we're doing kind of miscellaneous stuff, is kind of a catch-all. If not, we'll just go over some more math or random questions. But if you've got questions that you want answers to, whatever, bring them.
Thank you all so much.
Yeah,
Have a
thanks.
good night, you guys.
Bye.